Hello, friends. Boy, whew, I have been making a ton of cards. So this one is really fun. Always kind of a favorite of mine. I'm going to use this little gadget to create my circle, but use a lid, use whatever you want. You could just as easily use this. So I've got some brown on there. And you just go around the lid and then stamp it on there. I'm going to use my little, like I said, handy dandy gadget here. And boy, for those of you that are good at calligraphy, I always think during the holidays, you guys are so lucky. So let me find my pencil here and just draw a circle that I can kind of follow. By the way, these are the Strathmore cards. I love these. I use them all year long, but I especially use them during Christmas holiday season. And they're really nice, 140 pound. They've got some texture. And the funnest part is the envelope has a really fancy, like deckled edge on it. So I love them. This is going to be so easy and fun, you guys. Watch this. The other thing I noticed is I tend to use my little Q-tips a lot, it seems like, during the holidays because they are just so easy and make the perfect little circle. So I've got my Langs here in my little Meeden, let me move it in here, palette here. I've got light greens, I've got dark greens, and I'm using the My Lang palette. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit more of that. I've got a wash and rinse water here. So there's a beautiful green. I think I have some gold mixed in there too, just from my last project. And see how that moves like that? You want it pretty movable because we can always build darker. Then I'm using that yellow, green, little bit of water there. Again, pretty movable. Scrape off all I can because I do not like to waste any paint, guys. I go through way too much, so I try and really save as much as I can. And then I've got my reds. Use the red that you like. That's a beautiful, deep, rich red. I've also got a pinky red in my Lang palette on my right. Again, enough water. Look at that. Everything's moving around. All right, and I think we're ready. So grab your Q-tip. And I just get it a tiny bit wet. I've got wash and rinse water there, by the way. And let's just go in and start tapping in. Look how fun. I also, around the holidays, I love to involve my grandkids in helping me make cards. I think it's a fun tradition. So we've got our first little row there. Let's go into some of our light green and tap in just for some interest. Look how pretty already. And these are cards that I can make a number of. They're adorable and so fun. The next thing I'm going to do is let's go in with, how about we go, here's a metallic gold, or I'm sorry, green. Let me try and go into that a bit. Now, hopefully I'm not really, damaging my Q-tip here. And let's see what that does. You know what? I actually already had some of that in my green, so it's not making a huge difference because I had already put some of that in here. So let's go into maybe a dark olivey green. We want contrast here. Ooh, look at the beautiful colors. So fun, right? Oop, look what I did. If you do that, I try and kind of pat it down. I think that Q-tip's on its last leg. Yep, it is. So let's just switch over to the other side. I just get it a tiny bit wet. And I want to cover up some of my little pencil lines. And I don't want too much of that dark. Just enough to give it some pretty color. But look how fun that is already, you guys. Now the next color I'm going to dab into is going to be that beautiful pink or red, whatever you chose. And we're just going to make some berries. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, look how pretty. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And look at that. Just a little touch. Make sure I even out my berries. So whatever I've got on this side, I've got on the other side as well. Lastly, what we could do is we could even do some gold. I mean, how fun is that? So let's see. Go in here. I'm going to actually use my brush to put some water in my gold. This is the MABs, by the way. You see me use a lot. I don't like too much water. I like my metallics to be a little thicker. And I want to be careful here that I don't mess up that tip again. Watch this. Oh my gosh. That is like the piece de la resistance, right? It's that little bit of wow, that zhuzhing, the bling. And look, you guys, how fun is this? Oh my gosh. I mean, I just want to make a ton of these. And again, if you have, those skills at calligraphy, this would be so cool. I'm going to go ahead and just put a little red bow in the top because my calligraphy skills are a bit lacking. Using the tip of my brush, let's put a bow here. Point, press. There we go. Point, press, a little bow. So cute. You could even make a gold bow. And a line to hang her by. Now, I could leave mine right here. You could put a date in the middle, whatever you want. But look how fun that is. So easy and so fun. I hope you're having as much fun as I am with these holiday cards. And, just remember, play, discover. I'd love to see yours if you want to hop over to Patreon and share with us all over there. If not, just have fun. And I will be right here reminding you, you are an artist, and happy painting.